This happened 2 years ago, on Halloween night 2023. I'm 24 now, but at the time I had just turned 22. That day had already been exhausting. I work as a community events coordinator, and that Halloween, our center hosted a big festival for families. There were costume contests, mini games, candy trivia, even a kids versus parents dodgeball match. It was loud, chaotic, and honestly, kind of wonderful. But by the time the sun went down, I was completely drained. I just wanted to get home, shower, and sleep. But around 6:15, my phone rang. It was my little sister. Let's call her Savannah. She wanted me to take her and my nephew Jackson trick-or-treating because no one else in the family felt like going. I almost said no, but she sounded so hopeful, and I've always been the cool big brother. So I sighed, threw on some fresh clothes, and drove to my parents' place. Savannah was still getting ready when I arrived. She was dressed as Raven from Teen Titans, pale face paint, purple cloak, dark eyeshadow. And somehow, she looked eerily accurate. Jackson was bouncing around in a Sub-Zero costume from Mortal Kombat, complete with a little plastic mask. Once they were ready, we piled into my car and drove to one of the busiest neighborhoods nearby. The kind of place where every porch light is on and people go all out with decorations. The night started perfectly. Laughter, kids running from house to house, the smell of caramel apples and smoke from jack-o'-lantern candles. There was even an older man handing out hot dogs instead of candy, saying kids needed something real in their stomachs. I thought that was oddly wholesome. By 8:30, the streets began to thin out. We hit one last row of houses before turning back. The air felt colder now. As we were walking back to the car, maybe 10 minutes away, I noticed something. Across the street, just beyond the reach of a dead porch light, was a figure. Someone standing completely still. They were dressed in all black. Their face was hidden in the shadows. I almost missed them, but my eyes are trained to catch movement. Only this person wasn't moving. They were watching. I slowed my step and said quietly, "Stay close. Don't stare, but someone's across the street." Right there, Savannah looked and immediately tensed. Jackson giggled, thinking it was some Halloween prank, but something about the stillness of that figure felt off. What I haven't mentioned yet is that I carry a weapon for self-defense. It was in my backpack that night. Savannah knew that, and from the look on her face, she could tell I was genuinely uneasy. We kept walking. The street was nearly empty now. Then, I heard it. Heavy footsteps. The sound of boots hitting concrete. I turned my head slightly, and my heart dropped. The same person was now behind us, maybe 30 feet away. Their outfit wasn't just a cloak anymore. I could see now they were wearing tactical gear beneath it. A vest, combat boots, black pants tucked in tight. Their face was covered entirely by a black spandex mask. Not a Halloween mask, more like something a SWAT officer or kidnapper might wear. Every instinct in my body screamed danger. I whispered, "Keep walking. Don't stop, don't look back, just stay beside me." Savannah's hand found mine. Jackson stopped laughing. He must have heard the edge in my voice. The footsteps didn't stop. They matched our pace, slow and rhythmic. By the time we reached my car, they were still behind us, same distance. And something inside me snapped. I turned around, pulled my Glock, and pointed it straight at them. "Why are you following us?" I shouted.
The figure froze, then slowly raised their hands and pulled off the mask. It was a woman, maybe mid-30s. Her face was pale, her expression completely void of emotion. "I'm an undercover officer," she said flatly, her voice robotic. "There was a reported break-in nearby. I saw you acting suspicious. Put the gun down." Her tone didn't sound human. I hesitated. Her story made zero sense, but with kids right behind me, I couldn't risk it escalating. So I slowly lowered my gun. But I asked, "If you're undercover, why the hell are you dressed like that? Why were you watching us in the dark?" She didn't answer, just stared, and something in her expression shifted. Her lips curled into the faintest smile, but her eyes stayed dead. And then, in a voice that sent a tremor down my spine, she whispered, If you didn't have that gun, this night would have ended very differently. As soon as she said that, I noticed movement behind her. 4 more figures stepped out from between 2 houses, all wearing tactical gear. 3 men, 1 woman. They were expressionless, faces blank, eyes unfocused. It was like they weren't even people. "Get in the car. Now!" I hissed to Savannah and Jackson. They scrambled in as I backed away, still aiming my gun. The woman just stood there, grinning, as I slammed the door shut and peeled out of the neighborhood. In the rearview mirror, I could still see her standing in the middle of the road, that awful grin widening as the others stood silently behind her. The drive home was silent. No one spoke a word. A few days later, I got a text. No message, just a picture. It was my car, taken in the parking lot of my apartment complex. No one was there when I went outside. I filed a police report, but they couldn't do anything. No direct threat, they said. Typical. Out of morbid curiosity, I went back to that house, the one where I first saw her standing. A man answered, middle-aged, tired. I asked if there had been a break-in that night. He looked puzzled and said, no, he'd gone to bed early. He hadn't noticed anything strange. That confirmed it. She was never a cop. Whoever she was, whoever they were, they knew my face, my number, my car, my home. Sometimes I wonder if they picked me that night on purpose, or if it was random. But deep down, I think they'd been watching me long before Halloween. Maybe my being armed ruined whatever plan they had. It's been 2 years and nothing else has happened, but I still have a camera at my door, and sometimes when the night gets too quiet, I think I can feel someone standing just beyond the light, watching, waiting for the gun not to be there next time. So if you ever feel eyes on you when you're alone, trust your gut, because sometimes the monsters that follow you home aren't wearing masks.